fire. Just yet another false alarm, unfortunately. Even though now the fire engine's left, I can vaguely... He's got his helmet on, that's the funny bit. I can still hear the alarm sounding, as that building was in fact unoccupied. Otherwise the occupants would have probably been reacting to having torches shone in the window, or ringing with police, or if they could see the fire engine, the fire brigade, or whether to confirm it was genuinely the fire brigade and not intruders. I don't know. If the fire brigade unexpectedly turned up at my property and I call 999 to report a suspicious firefight, I'd probably ring the fire brigade in the first instance. As I'm sure the 999 control hand in fire control can very quickly negate any suspicions while confirming, yes, these are genuine firefighters and not home invaders, don't worry. Or failing that, if the police do become required, it turns out they can't confirm they're firefighters, they could then, from that control room, then make a request to police to return, which I imagine would be pretty much instant these days. Requesting police directly, and they'd have to come out and they wouldn't want to have to call out to them. It's almost certainly, if it appears to be a fire engine, but you're not sure, almost certainly it is the fire brigade. In fact, you wouldn't even need to call it in most cases, because what kind of person will go to the extent of not only impersonating a firefighter, but stealing a fire engine? You never know. I remember someone who stole a police car and police uniform and walked around impersonating a police officer and went in jail. He wasn't even in for that shit. He was in for some really petty shit. Still, anyway, the fire service have now left. I know my call's probably overzealous, so I would hear what I thought was a fire alarm sounding, and I thought the building was on fire, in which case there would be anyone in there who may not be able to get out. Might be incapacitated persons, etc. Turned out, thankfully, false alarm, there was no fire. As long as they didn't knock on the door and attempt to ascertain that there were no persons inside. Believe it or not, some people were hard of hearing and might notice an alarm go off or deaf. One would do is live stream himself instead. Walking home. Well, since the public toilet block is closed, I may also use the shortcut route, so I don't have to worry about that. Don't want to use a disabled toilet because there's no soap in it. The ladies' room does. Oh, fuck off. Anyway, I've unlisted that video of me being embarrassing outside Norfolk Police Headquarters in the Pick. All I will say is me and Sergeant David Allen didn't get on, but to be fair to him, there are some people worse than him. In his defence. At least shout out to the fire brigade for attending that call, acting professionally, taking it seriously, and not yelling at me for wasting their time. Some people say, oh, you called the fire brigade for a sound fire alarm at someone else's place. You just wasted their time by sending on a wild goose chase. No, I acted in good faith, not realising what could be inside the house. There could be anything inside. The alarm could have been caused by a linked heat alarm from the garage, which might contain flammable materials or goods or explosives, like gas canisters, for example. Things like that you have to nip in the bud before they get out of control, and before you know, the whole street gets burned down or blows up. Yes and no, there aren't enough fire engines to go around, but the problem is, when it comes to that, it's a tough dilemma, but I go by the saying, use it or lose it. If we don't use our fire coverage when it's appropriate, which an alarm sounding an apparently unoccupied residential dwelling can easily be. You don't know who in fact might be in there. Some people leave their kids inside. But deliberately leave the house looking unoccupied so as to be discreet to prevent intruders. And you don't know if there's kids inside there. I say, if your kids are too young and too little to be getting themselves out in the fire, and even then, if they're too young to be on their own, they're too young to be on their own, then they're too young to be on their own. Even then, if they're too young to be on their own, they're still too young to be on their own. Oh, I'm now having a trip. But I'm legitimately having a trip on nothing apart from a tiny quantity of THC for some reason. My brain is now not working properly. I've learned there's someone called Pete. Shout out to Pete, who I met in the Cross Keys and the Feathers said. Sometimes best to keep your eyes open, your ears open, your mouth shut. I should have kept my mouth shut earlier. I know every word said will probably end up getting transcribed and typed onto Norfolk Police intelligence systems. Well, I'm exaggerating. Like, shout out to Jeremy Clarkson. I copied a lot of my way of doing things off Jeremy Clarkson. Like, seriously, who says I have to be ladylike just because it's how I identify? Like, screw it. I'll be as much of a man as I want. I'm joking. I mean, I'll be as unladylike as I want, thank you very much. I would screw the gender binary to being right. If I could have been non-binary, but there's certain benefits to being a trans woman you don't get if you're non-binary. You prefer to be a trans woman, therefore. Like, if you're non-binary, they can still make you use your assigned the toilets pertaining to your assigned sex at birth. If, however, you're a trans woman, you can use the ladies technically if you don't pass. So I'm not sure about doing that until you gain a bit more confidence. So I have a lot of confidence, so I think I can get away with it. All you need to explain, never say you identify as a gender, just say I am a man or I am a woman. And you can get away with using the gents or ladies respectively. If anyone says, oh, wrong toilet, you say, but I am a woman. If for the ladies, in fact, for the gents, that issue tends not to arise because no one actually cares. Even though men get their penises out of the urinal, no one actually gives a shit about who uses the gents in reality, most of the time. If I'll take a different route home, go down Folly Road. Hello, one viewer. I'm just on a walk home by Folly Road. And yes, down to a high school here, not the one I went to, but which was Heatherset High, but another high school, Wyndham High School. Now Wyndham High Academy. Remember the school I went to, Heatherset High, is now known as Heatherset Academy. Yet Wyndham High School is called Wyndham High. It's now Wyndham High Academy. It makes no sense. Why not follow standard protocol and just call it Wyndham Academy? I know why. Oh, it's to prevent confusion with Wyndham College, of course, where my sister went. Oh, shout out to Mr. Know who you are, Mr. O'Brien from Wyndham College. No, not from my sister telling about him. But even though I didn't go to Wyndham College, as I said, I went to Heatherset High, now Heatherset Academy. But I met Mr. O'Brien. I won't first name him so that he doesn't get students calling him first name. I met him at Wyndham Leisure Centre. Wonderful guy, Mr. O'Brien from Wyndham College. Shout out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sure he'll see the funny side. But yeah, there's Wyndham High. I won't be filming it. Well, not like I'll get a reaction that's interesting, because all the security have gone home. Even then, one has to tread lightly when auditing high school, because any students in there, so when they come out, schoolgirls, a young schoolgirl in year 7 especially, people shouting, "You're a pedo, mate." So I have to be very careful when I audit what I can get away filming a high school. Probably wait until there's some time with security on site, but the students aren't. I'm actually considering planning on auditing to see what happens. Just for the lols, really. Like, you shouldn't get beaten up at a high school for as long as the students have gone. Even then, part of me says, no, don't audit a high school. You never know if there's some students who might stay for homework club or detention or other purposes. And if you catch one of those on camera, people will call me a pedo. No, best just stay clear of auditing high school. You know what, fuck it, I'll just show you Wyndham High. Yeah, there it is, Wyndham High. I'm not going to bother auditing it, I'm just going to show you it. Can't audit it during daylight hours, why is might get kids on the footage and I'll get called pedo for do. Can't make a bit of a joke though, if I do end up in prison, and can't but say, if I were to commit actual paedophilia, the ridiculous thing is I'd be on a sex, or yeah, I would be on an actual sex. I'm not saying we'll do it, or not advocate it, fuck that. But the odd thing is, I'm on the sex offenders wing, I've heard things so much nicer than even mental health care. Like, the way it works is they're rewarding bad behaviour. Oh, it's why? It's because the politicians who run the country tend to be paedophiles themselves, so they want prison conditions for them on the sex offenders wing to be as nice as possible for when they end up in there, which will be inevitable for a lot of them. The way things are going, people waking up to the reality of life. So when they end up there, they don't experience too harsh a punishment. Morgan Kennedy, shout out, hello Potter, all to get security out of Wyndham High at night. What do you mean get the security out? What do you expect me to do? Climb the fence and shout Free Palestine and bang on the doors at Wyndham High? No, I'll wait until the security are there. I'll go another day. Anyway, I showed you Wyndham High, I'll be back another day. Maybe what I'll do is off camera quietly approach one of the teachers and explain my situation and ask when all the students will be out of the high school, security will still be there. Explain what I want to do off camera. Obviously avoid approaching with no pad and pen, or they'll be incredibly guarded. That said, teacher with their ID out might not be willing to answer questions, or fear they'll have their name written down and then get it sent to the principal, which no teacher wants. Then I can arrange with them, okay, once all your students and your care out the way, I back to the audit just to get security out. Because in the end of the day, I think high schools need auditing. Because what I've heard, Wyndham High is way too strict. So I know I didn't go to that school, but this is for all the students at Wyndham High, where I'll be doing an audit. Why? Just like when I was in a different high school, I was in high school, I'll go back to when I was back, a very naughty boy, filming school property without permission like that. The answer should be yes sir, 3 bags full. No, none of that for the master for the dame, because that's how you get the bar rate and say, look mate, fella, I'm not going to serve you any alcohol. Your options are either buy a soft drink or get the fuck out. Like, I've had that said, like, not in that way, that language is inappropriate. Hold on, I've actually been told to get out or we'll throw you out at Kingston Bar and Beyond. Boo. Like, seriously. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go Wyndham High, because I didn't go there, so win-win. The students of Wyndham High will be glad to see that their security are too strict live on YouTube, which, from what I've read in the newspaper, their rules are too strict to make no sense. Apparently, a schoolboy wears a skirt, it's allowed. A schoolboy wears shorts, it's not allowed. Like, where did that policy come from? Sounds like someone wrote school rules after smoking a bag of weed themselves. Seriously, if I were Alan Sugar, I'd fire them. Like seriously, that school rule is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not going to get the security out this time. I might get security, might get the police out too. And then they find an excuse to arrest me for trespassing on educational premises, which, being at Wyndham High, public or not, even though it's now an academy, trying to bang on the doors would obviously be called trespassing on educational premises. If they can't find another charge, I might be able to say criminal damage or attempt criminal damage, burglary, whatever. Norfolk police will make up an excuse just to arrest me out of spite. Then I'll end up, as I jokingly say, potentially, for something like that shit, end up jokingly say back to school, except it will be boarding school with bars and with aggressive and violent men. No thank you. Lol. I know you didn't mean, I'm joshing around, just too stoned to think straight. But yeah, another time I'll go and would it Wyndham High when they actually have security there. When they don't, it'll be different. I'll just stand like an idiot and there'll be no one there. But yeah, I'm wondering, should I ask a teacher, excuse me, but do you know when the students will be coming out? When all the students will be gone, because I do want the audit when they're all gone. We've all gone home first. That way, I'll be able to film without fear that the students I'm trying to stick up for will think I'm a pedo and turn on me. Want them all gone out the way so I can audit the security. It'd be hilarious. Lol. Anyway. Talking of Wyndham High, I know one former teacher from Wyndham High. Shout out to Miss Flaherty or Mrs. Flaherty, aka Miss Seth from Wyndham High. Remember, I didn't go, but I obviously not going to out her first name on video, just in case she works in teaching. Plus, a bit risky to out someone's first name. Don't do that unless they deserve it, which she didn't. But well, I've never met her as a teacher. She's never been with a teacher. I went to Wyndham High. I know her because my mum knew her from some way. And remember being kind of friends as well. We're still kind of friends now. Yeah, she is a wonderful person. She gave me some books as well. Maybe that's right. Well, I'm asking on-duty teacher will probably go thinking, oh, it's a pedo, I'll call police right now. And I'm getting then police to deal with, not just security. Like, to be fair, I approach the teacher at the high school, excuse me, I'll say, don't use sir, miss, prefer my friend. But do you know when the last student's written, that's suspicion. I best to ask someone who knows what they're doing for advice. Like, yeah, I'll ask my fixer, as I'll call her. Drat, I already outed her on camera, that's stupid. Drat. No, I won't ask her. I'll ask someone else I know who works there, or has worked there, or at a school, for some advice on how can I audit security without getting any students in the camera. Which I don't want to do because people shout pedo and potentially beat me up or worse. hand's cold. But yeah, an interesting idea. Well, it seems obvious. What I'll do is wait for an hour and a bit for after the school's official closing time, wait for the last students to leave, then assume security will still be on site, film the building and see what happens. They'll probably say, it'll be hilarious seeing what they say. I'll probably try and enforce school rules on me and public property. And response is, listen, if I were a staff member here, obviously too old to be a student there, but if I were a staff member here or a visitor on school property, or a contractor here, like someone from a third-party company hired to clean the toilets, or so you're going live all tonight? No, not tonight. There'd be no point me going all the way back down the fucking road to audit Wyndham High because security will have gone home. Do you think a high school can afford money for 24/7 security? Like, I probably spent all the security money enforcing the rule of boys can wear a skirt but no shorts rule. That's where the money went. Shout out to Mr. Rocky, the then principal. So I can't help but wittily say, I'm not going to rock that boat. Boom. That's one boat. That's rocky enough as it is. No live audit at Wyndham High tonight. I'm just going to walk home. I've already done a live audit at Wyndham Police Station, Morgan Kennedy. It's on this. So what I'll do is I'll edit it and send you an edited photo. All the embarrassing stuff I edited out. But yeah, I think I'll do Wyndham High tomorrow. I think what I'll title it as, yes sir, Miss MX. I don't need to include MX, that would be any non-binary teachers, because it's a settler colonial institution. Like, who the fuck would want to work in a settler colonial institution like what is essentially still a public high school with some nice, sexy lipstick on it when you're anti-settler colonial? Like, I would satirically title the video. No, I'll just use the original way. Yes, sir, 3 bags full, sir. That's assuming I don't go to London, so maybe not tomorrow. I won't make any promises. I'll audit Wyndham High when I have the time and can arrange to be able to do it. When there won't be students around, there will be security. It means careful planning. Like, I wish I'd gotten that auditing when it was in the newspaper. Like, seriously, it's like prison. Like, in prison had some rules that made no sense. Like, I remember in prison, just like high school, they had, well, not as bad as high school, wouldn't go that far, a bit like high school, you know, had a rule against tank tops except for gym use, which is illogical. Like, in the gym you can wear a tank top, on the wing you're not. Thankfully, only the female officers cared. Solution: don't approach stay the fuck away from the female officers wearing a tank top. Well, right, you up for it. Maybe it's because it makes them horny. Honestly, I think you should do stand up. You're not working tomorrow, Potter. Wear high vis. Well, isn't that exactly what a paedophile would do? Like, wearing a high vis will just make me look even more suspicious. A paedophile won't do something horrible at high school. First thing they'll do is don a high visibility jacket, if they have any sense. No, for high vis is for occasions where they're appropriate attire. Like I've learned when on Prince of Wales Road at night, for example, if I found doing a film police, a high-vis jacket is best for safety, because I had a female officer, PC Denning, in her own words, I pushed you onto the road, i.e. pushed me onto the road for allegedly obstructing the police from arresting someone. That's all I'm going to say. I got caught. I'll keep it shut about that. Also, you don't have to retract your messages. Right, we can agree. We're both adults here. I'm not your teacher. You're not in school. You don't have to retract your messages. Like, I feel some people are a bit too polite with me. You don't need to be too much like that, mate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. No need for 3 bags full, sir. I mean, miss, in my case. Oops. I mean, I just go and sing for sir, because that's the original poem was yes, sir, 3 bags full, sir. One for the master, one for the dame. But I have an idea what I can do outside Wyndham High. Maybe I could film myself handing out some nice little stickers to students and tell them, don't stick, firstly, I'm not your teacher, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but please make yourself aware of the consequences before defacing school property with these stickers. Don't want you getting a C3 or C4, whatever an after-school detention or half-day detention is called these days at your particular school, in this case Wyndham High. Hell, back while I was at Heatherset High, it was called C3 and C4. There would have been the same at Wyndham, it's part of the same block. As now, it's not part of the same block anymore. Wyndham High is an academy run by one trust, Heatherset's an academy run by a different trust, and so things probably would drastically change since then. But yeah, I don't want to get high school students into trouble, especially not if they decide to try and snitch their way out of trouble by contacting their teacher or form tutor, whatever it's called these days, principal, and saying, oh, this celebrity Marcus Potter off YouTube told me gave me these stickers and told me to deface school property, which would be hard to disprove because unfortunately, a school student dobs you in for doing something allegedly wrong. Me as a goof, off duty, kind of, off duty, semi-retired youth worker would be in a massive load of shit if that student comes forward and contacts their form tutor about an off-duty youth worker incited them to damage school property. I'll never be able to work with kids. I'll most likely get a term about having to stay 100 metres away from the gates of Wyndham High, my criminal behaviour order, which I will get served with. I'll probably have to face a jury on charges of inciting criminal damage or worse, or assisting an offender or something silly like that. I've been a deep load of shit all over some stickers. Like, if I'm going to get some schoolboys, yes, sexist and no, it's always the schoolboys who are doing all this stuff and don't tell miss, that someone's been inciting them into town trouble, into committing crimes. It's always schoolboys up to that kind of shit. Sexist and no. Well, that's a joke, in bad taste, not really. Well, if you won't approach him, I'll just stand there with maybe a Palestinian flag, have some sticks in my hand and dole them out. But I'll tell him, okay, just let you know, do not do it on school property unless you are prepared to deal with whatever consequences ensue. Instead, my advice, put on public property like a lamppost, but not in front of a teacher and not in front of a copper. And preferably not on video either. So that way, if your teacher confiscates your mate's phone for whatever reason, the teacher isn't going to be able to, I know it's illegal, but the teacher won't be able to have a look at your mate's phone, which is a breach of their human rights, I'd argue. Like, you don't give up your human rights the moment you walk through the gates of a school, whether it's a public school. I'm not sure what such things exist anymore. I can't think of an example. Whether it's a public school, like for instance Sprowston High, I think is still a public school. I know it because I know a few students there from my role as a youth worker back when I was there at Sprowston Youth Engagement Project. Whether it's an academy like Wyndham High Academy, Heatherset Academy, Attleborough Academy, etc., or another type of school like Wyndham College, I think might be. You don't give up your human rights. However, arguing this may well mean you only argue in court after the fact. So they can still subject you to a detention without the need to let you make a human rights claim because the law allows it. And I'd rather not be causing Claire Lincoln to get a letter or a phone call from an angry school teacher. So obviously, that's a great idea. Maybe give out some Palestine Action stickers to some kids at Wyndham High. Tell them not to use it on school property. No, I won't tell them to be putting on public property like lampposts. I know what some students are like. Some other student will probably notice it and aiming to curry favour with the teacher, start taking pictures or worse still video recordings and go sending it to the teacher, at which point I've gotten someone to trouble. And now, me as a youth worker, put in a position, won't tell them what to do. Well, I'll say, look, 3 stickers, please do not deface school property with them. Do whatever you want. Oh, what can I do with these? I'm not your teacher, I'm not your dad, I'm not your mum, I'm not any of those. You can do what you want with them. That's it. That's all I'll tell you. You can give them away on the playground. You can put them on. You decorate your own property with them. You can how can I put it? You can use them as a funnel for your weed. Right. Only joking. School kids don't do weed these days. Not in front of the teachers anyway. Most likely outside the gate. Don't mention weed. Or they'll probably call the police on me, think I've got weed on me and I'm dealing drugs. That's what they'll think, because I'm carrying weed on me and I'm trying to solicit the kids to a drug deal. Remember, no drugs, kids. You're too young. Please wait until you're old as me. I'm 25 for doing it. Is my advice. Or at least 21, for fuck's sake. That's a medicinal mitigating circumstance. But yeah, that'd be a good idea. If I could get some Palestine Action stickers, it'd be hard to get, but I'll get some. I'll meet my friend Richard Barnard. Or I'll just order them off the internet. There are numerous printing services I could use. You can send me some printed stickers and get a template off the internet. PalestineAction.org, yo. Fuck yeah, Palestine Action. But yeah, that's my plan. Stand outside the gates, give out some stickers, wait for them to go, then start filming the school. And maybe chant some slogans. Like school, I know, won't tell them ahead of time, but hello, if I don't get a reaction from security, I would start chanting some slogans, see what happens. Why not make an anti-school protest on video? Yeah, what I'll do is hand some stickers to the kids, and if they ask me what to do, I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do with sticks. I'm not your teacher. Some things in life, the best teacher is you. Figure it out for yourself. Like if you want to decorate your own property with them, again, feel free. At your own risk. The teacher might be bitchy and still give you a C3 or C4, whatever it's called. These are your after school detention, which back in my day, another school, they're part of the same group. After school detention was C3. C4 was not half a day, after school, 1 hour. Half a day detention was a C4. Yeah, you might get detention, but if you want to take a risk, go for it. Anyway, it's not a crime to decorate your own belongings with these stickers, and therefore these stickers can't be criminalised. Like, when police stop you, either answer no comment or and ask for a lawyer, or if you want to be cheeky and lie, just say, oh, I was just, you're going to use these stickers to decorate my wheelie bin, or my computer, or something similarly innocuous, and, well, they'll likely believe you. Using those stickers on public tolerated, just not in front of the copper. But I wouldn't go testing it in Norfolk unless you're prepared to deal with to be on the business end for bad encounter with Norfolk Police. Who knows, they might have nothing better to do than checking the CCTV. Police don't, council might call it in. And no, if you run so you don't get arrested, well, the CCTV operator won't get me even more suspicious, see someone running and think you've just done a drug deal, and then there'll be even more reason to call police. So remember, if you're innocent, do not run. You'll ruin your case. If you're guilty, do not run. You'll only strengthen the prosecution case. You'll end up even more fucked when you get into trouble. Plus, you might get additional charges thrown in on your rap sheet. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do regarding my plan to incite insurrection against Selbit by recruiting by taking advantage of the local school kids to put some stickers on wherever they want. I didn't tell you to go to Facebook property with me, so anyone gets any trouble, don't say your off-duty youth worker told me to do this. Just say, let's tell them, well, maybe not, no, I'm off-duty youth worker. Shouldn't be giving kids stickers, encourage them to commit offences like criminal damage. What I should do instead is next time Richard Barnard is in Cambridge, or somewhere close. No, not here. No, next time Richard Barnard goes to Norwich, if ever he does, maybe give out some leaflets to local kids to go and attend his event. But I'm sure they can do plenty of things that involve getting arrested, like simply learning about the movement and why what we do as part of Palestine Action is what we do. Consider the option thoroughly, and then consider, do I want to go to university, go get a job, or go get arrested to make a point? Like, fuck it, you don't want a job or university, consider getting arrested to make a point. It's what I'm tempted to do. And remember, as the saying goes, or better still, get arrested and out of the system while still juvenile. In juvenile court, you get a slap on the wrist for criminal damage. In adult court, you get the book thrown at you. That's the difference between juvenile court versus adult court. It's such a hilarious idea, though. No, I've got just disregard that I'm so fit. Like, sounds like a high school giving out stickers, no people goose criminal damage. You know what the school security like? They'll call police, say I incited them to people to go commit a crime or incited them to riot, and I'll be in Crown Court knowing police around here. It's a bad idea. Anyway, I'm outside my parents' house. Go and terminate this here. Bye.